Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. I am Ananda Rose, and thank you so much for joining us here today for another activation. And so we'll tell you very shortly what the activation is all about. As you can see, I have with me in the call, we have James. James is here. James was with us for the Australia activation. And then we have Craig Lyle, who's been with us for New Zealand and Africa. And Regina was with us for the Australia activation. And Carol is here with us for this activation and for everybody. The activation we're doing today is Antarctica. Got it right, Antarctica. Wow. So friends, I hope you've been enjoying the activations, that it's been so wonderful coming into time with the First Nations people of the different continents that we've been to. And I hope you enjoyed South America yesterday. That was awesome. You could tell and feel the energy of the Inca people. So really, really great to be doing these activations. Now, today, Antarctica. So everybody, before we go on to talk more about Antarctica's activation, I'm going to have to get you to say hello. All right. Regina, are we okay for you to say hello, or shall we move on to James? Move on to James?
Hello. Great to be here. I'm here with the plants who are part of the cycle of life around the world and the wisdom, and it's an honor for us all to be here together. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you so much for that, Regina. And of course, bringing the plant in. Who is the plant? Are you going to tell us the name of the plant?
Well, I am at a friend's home, and this has been playing for hours and hours. So it felt like the one, especially as there's not a lot of greenery. There's only about 1% of the land is covered in Antarctica.
Yes.
And ferns are one of the oldest life forms. So this was the best friend that I could find appropriate.
Okay. Right. Wonderful. Thank you for that. Well, James.
Hello, everybody. Honored to be here with you all. Today we'll be working with the Yidarki. So the Yidarki is another term for Yidarki is the didgeridoo. It's the Yidarki is the traditional name of the instrument, and I'll be bringing in some rhythms for the Antarctic activation. So it'll be an honor to work with you all, and yeah, an honor to be here. And yeah, thank you, Rose, for bringing us all together.
Thank you, James. Really good to have you back. Such a wonderful open heart. I really appreciate that, because I thought, oh, I'm sure that Antarctica could do with the sounds of the Yidarki. I mean, really.
Yeah, that could be echoed everywhere.
Yeah,
Echoed
absolutely.
everywhere.
Absolutely. All right. Craig, how are you today?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Rose. Yeah, thanks for inviting me. It's been an awesome journey so far with the activations we've done. And yeah, looking forward to this evening. So I've got my Native American kind of teepees in the background. I've been drawn to them today, in the mountains in the background with the snow. I think there's a strong connection between Native people, and for me, my main guide is a Native American, and I feel like they'll be with us today. And the Arcturians are connected very strongly. I feel like they're definitely going to be there today, and they are down there watching things that are going on there. So yeah, kind of taking some of the earthly people and the fifth dimensional elements, and we'll see what comes through.
That's great. Yes, we'll just each of us have an opportunity to bring in some energy as we go through the activation. So that will be great. Carol, how are
I'm very good. Thank you for having me here, and I'm honored. Thank you, Rose. And I'll be
welcome.
bringing in the Huna Lumerians frequency and codes while we're doing the activation. Thank you.
Oh, wow. That is just amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Carol, I knew that you had to do something with us. And when you say that to me, that's just amazing. So, well, how it's going to go is I've just been, we're expecting one more person, a very important person. Regina, can you tell me if anything's happening with that? But
Yes, he is on the way. There's been a bit
wonderful.
of a technical issue. In fact, if you excuse me, I'm just going to go and see if I can assist a bit further.
Oh, no worries. I will do that. Thank you very much. We will just keep going. We'll just keep flowing with the activation, because that will come together when the time is right for it to come in through, right? Because this Champ that we are waiting for, Champ is amazing. Champ has actually set foot on Antarctica. And that is why I felt that it was important to have Champ come on into this activation to talk about it, because there's not many people we know I know that have been to Antarctica. So it's kind of incredible that we can have somebody in the activation who is or has set foot on Antarctica and can tell us something about it. Okay, so we'll start with the activation. How we flow with it is I will start with a light language welcome to everybody watching, to everybody that's here, all of us here. And then we're going to go in after the light language. James is going to bring us in with the Yidarki. He's going to play us a piece on the Yidarki, and then we will flow in. Craig, you can follow in afterwards if you're all good and ready to go with your activation. And then we'll see whether Regina and Champ come in in that time, and then we'll flow with that. And we'll just go as I know what's going to be happening, so I'll coordinate, so it'll all come together as we go. So here we are. We're just going to go on now and just bring in the energy, Karamahito. Just breathing at the moment, breathing, coming into your space. Just looking into the third eye, and looking into your third eye and breathing and taking the breath into the vessel, the physical vessel. Bringing in all of that breath and clearing anything that might be there that might prevent your wisdom and understanding and inner standing and knowledge to come to the forefront through that third eye. Ia khufara na khaya mukutumara hayana tia tutotora khaya natia. Wal tiala tila ma tsukla tiala duklitiva di unika yara ma yedugana. Iglutata tere akiloro mahai. Ikala la tutora ma era la 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 nea. Welcome, welcome everyone. As we activate, as we bring in the light codes, you that are in here in this call, but you that sit and witness this, whether it be now or whether it be another time. For Yarakachikoromai, this activation has no time on it. It is timeless. Dia tua شما خاين تلي كده شيء ما سوسني هذا ما سوسني كده بسونا كده دوا خالص لا تدوا فاه سخرنتيا 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 هاي صارت now and as we take some time now, coming back, being receptive, being clear in the mind space and the heart space. For this activation is based on the platform of love, your heart space. And with good reason. So Dia la nichika, and as we go in with that energy, we hand over to James.
Thank you, Rose. Yes. So before we sit into this transmission, just wanting we to connect into our hearts and into Gaia. So just closing your eyes, putting your hands on your heart, either hand, both hands, doesn't matter, as long as you're connecting in there. And I just want you to feel your breath, connecting with your breath. And then connecting with the heart, your hands on top of the heart, feeling your heartbeat. Might be able to hear it, feel it, just connecting into your own radiant frequency. Your heart beats and creates its own frequency. You have the ability to connect in that at any time. From here, from your heart, just want you to send a golden thread or a golden vine coming out the base of your spine, going down into the earth, going deeper, and connecting in with the earth spirit, the earth center, however you want to visualize it. Just connecting in and imagining that vine, that golden vine pulsing with your heartbeat. Beautiful. And just softening your breath. Keep your eyes closed and keep connecting in. I'm just going to swap this sound over, so just bear with me. Thank you, guys.
Wow. Thank you, James. Wow. That was so intense. The heart chakra was just doing its thing. So it was very heartfelt. Thank you so much for that. Oh, gotta take a moment, everyone, coming back from that. So, Carol, I know I'll say this again. Carol, would you like to say something? Tell us something about the Huna? I'm conscious that you were needing to go. I forgot about this earlier, that you didn't have a lot of time this evening. So please uh, say something. Tell us what the Huna is, and what is this light that you're holding for us today, please.
Hi everyone. So I'm just gonna share with you about the Huna energy. So Huna is basically Lemurian energies where it's come through, and Huna represents one in many and many in one. So basically, it's action, light in action. So light in action, we all are light in action. The only thing is we just following the tradition of this the Marian codes and the tradition of this Huna that's passed on from my teacher Huna Flash, who's been doing stargates activations and land clearing all over the world for the past 30 years, and that is his kind of his lineage. And I was being called to join that Huna family recently since last year, and so that's still, very new to me. And I'm still a beginner of remembering actually, what Huna is. So what we do is we bring in the Lemurian codes, and a lot of them, they are symbols and geometry. The languages that we use for activation is actually Maori. So because Maori is one of the language of that, it's the Lemurian. It goes back to the Lemurian time, and those are the light language at that time that hold like the purity of the sound. But according to what I know now, it's like the Maori languages has evolved over time. So now the Maori is being taught at school, or people who learn the Maori, it's not really the old Maori languages. So they lost that in a lot of battles, or over time the colonization, where this infiltration of the other cultures coming into kind of wiped out the tradition and ancient sacred practices. So now it's like bringing that back into this era where we are going to the golden age, where we're activating the Lemurian seeds in all of us. So a lot of our starseeds members or starseeds souls that we are united at this time has lifetime in Lemurian and Atlantis, and Egypt as well, and then going forward. So ancient souls coming back to remember who we are, and bring back the gifts and the mission that we're supposed to accomplish, but we failed.
Yeah.
So so this is what I'm been bringing in, and the coatings is kind of already in my energy. So my activation, I suppose, in this particular event that we are holding space for and hosting, the geometry of what we call a diamond shape. And then at the same time, the codings that I bring forth will be kind of in a silence communication, but I will be uttering some, Maori sounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to do it now, Carol?
Yes,
Or
sure.
okay, sure.
So I'll invite everyone to just kind of close your eyes and tune in. Mahakawatahita wakahama mahakawatahita. Mahakawatahita. Ori ora kis. Transmission is starting, and we are doing some clearing in Antarctica where we transmute any distorted light. According to universal law in this time frame, in all dimensions or realities or versions of ourselves that involving in this work, holding space for Antarctica, communicated with the land, with the energies there, back in the ancient Lemurian time, so that we bring those energies back in activation right now in this time frame, in this time of ascension. Holding the visualization or imagery of a diamond shape within the heart chakra, transmitting this geometry to everyone involved. And we're projecting it into Antarctica, the land, in honor to the land and the respect of the land, in reference of the land. We also intend to bring back the original blueprint of the land so that it will return to its pristine condition, whatever that is. Clearing any distortion, clearing any energies that is not in alignment to the love and light of that land, of that original intention. Bring back that eternal memory that infuse into this land of Creator's highest purity and love, light. Huna, ina. Ni manano, manano, ni manano. Tiham, transmutation. Tiham, transition. Tiham, transcendence. Ki rush. We're slowly coming back to this physical awareness, physical body. Holding that geometry, that energy of purity in our heart. Please open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Carol. Yeah, wow. That was wow. Kemarate. So amazing. Thank you for that. Yeah, kutotahina. A lot of energy. Kibati to foranahate. Just come back. Slowly, everybody. Kinakatia. Hahina kutai. Wow.
It is done.
Yeah, kare. Tamaha. Thank you, Carol. Oh, Regina, how are you? Are you ready? Will you be the next one to go? Bring in the plants to Antarctica.
Letting you know that Champ is here in the waiting room.
Okay. I need to let him in. I didn't know I need to let him in. He can just come in. I can see him there. He just needs to turn his camera on and take himself off mute.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So yeah, he's on mute. I don't have a waiting room. People just come through.
Oh, that makes sense. I just assumed.
Mhm. I'll tell you what we do. We go to Craig. Will you be able to communicate with Champ for us, Regina, whilst Craig does his part?
I will.
Thank you. Sorry, you're not in this a lot, so I'm sorry about it. Craig.
No, thank you, Carol. That was beautiful. And just going back to James, connecting with you, you'll see that I realized that you're in Australia because I could see the sun was just going down with you there. So I presume you're in Brisbane somewhere on that timeline a few hours behind us.
We're in Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you went with your, with your Aboriginal music, I have a sacred Aboriginal healing stone that was
Wow.
given to me. And I have an Aboriginal lady, I call her Auntie Jasmine, who connects with the stone to me, with the stone. And I got the message from someone in Australia that she walks between the earth and the stars. And that's kind of what I really felt to that music. It was that connection between us on this earth and her and the Aboriginal people in particular, and those Native people, and those seeds of ours in the stars. It was just a really beautiful connection. And this particular sacred healing stone that I have heals the song lines and the ley lines. It's quite interesting what we're doing now this evening, because we here in different countries and perhaps come from different countries around the world, and we're in different places, but we're all connected through these song lines and these ley lines. And of course, the song lines go back to the history of things, and they tell the stories as Maori people do here, and Native Americans, and a lot of cultures around the world. They haven't written things down; they have it in their songs and their stories. Yeah. And those in from Africa have the same thing through people there. They have their ancestry and their stories through that. But it was really interesting, that connection between the old, and the Aborigines considered the oldest people. It's just some people's interpretation of things, and the new, which is the star seed. And what I've also seen in Antarctica, as we were going through this process, this time, two things. One is that I just my partner lives in Waiheke, and we just went to Veda Austin, who does what does she do? So she
Works with
communicates.
water.
Yeah, she communicates with the intelligence of water, and of course, Antarctica is this frozen water, and that's the kind of art that she does. And there are other people that have been doing that as well, Yoshimoto, and all that stuff is frozen there, and all the knowledge and everything is frozen in those crystals of Antarctica there. Everything is there, from the star seeds, from the ancients, from everywhere is crystallized in that beautiful water. And this picture I have in the background is obviously in a very arid region in Australia, but when the water's running down there, all that water all connects and it all ends up down there. And what I saw in the end was I saw Antarctica as an olive, like an actual olive. And it's almost like it's not part of the earth as such. I saw it as like an olive, like a separate thing to the earth. And it's kind of like that's a real connection to the stars, because we really know very little about Antarctica. It's been kept from us. And it's like the secretive place there. And I'm seeing this complete olive. And what I realized that they talk about the olive branch, which is giving the olive branch of peace. And I'm seeing this olive in my mind, and I'm saying, my God, what are you trying to tell me? And what Auntie Jasmine is telling me, yes, the olive tree comes from the seed of the olive. And it's like, that's that olive. And it's almost that seed is about to come and pop out of that olive. And this knowledge, all this knowledge that's there in Antarctica from the stars, and Carol was connecting to people there as well, from all these intergalactic places and people, it's all there. And it's like it's been hidden from us, you know. And as this pops open, as we now do this activation and release some of the stuff, it's almost like we will plant that seed of the olive tree, which is the branch of peace and love. We will start, the seed will be planted, and we will help to water and grow. And Regina, you know, your plant, obviously an olive is a plant as well. It's that we communicate with the plants and all the knowledge and stuff from there that's in every molecule in that fern that you have that's connected to every other plant on this planet and everywhere in the galaxy. And we're going to rebirth that olive plant of peace and love. And we're going to grow it and nurture it. When I say we, I'm talking about us here and everybody here. And as we just expand out and out and out, we're going to be bringing this beautiful olive tree of peace and love and joy. And it's going to come from all the knowledge that's there that we just haven't been able to connect to at all. So it was really a very beautiful journey for me with everything that you guys had come along. And so just just remind us that we are connected to all the song lines and all the ley lines, and that frozen water has knowledge there. And it's not just, it's knowledge that's going to come to us soon and be released to the world to bring about free energy and all the other things that need to go with it, and an understanding of who we are, where we come from, and how we move forward. So very beautiful. I'm very blessed and honored to be part of this group, and all those of you that are joining us tonight and later that you may connect us. Just know that we're all holding hands. We're all part of this beautiful journey, and we are bringing the light, and we will be shown the light. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
Wow. Thank you, Craig. Wow. So much energy this evening. Is everyone feeling it? Is any you're just shifting this light? I feel like I have a cloak of energy around me at the moment. Even as you're speaking there, Craig, your Arcturian guides are certainly doing they're certainly watching and bringing in the light. And because you said you might have an Arcturian guide with you, Native American maybe also. And now we also to bringing in the stone from the Auntie Jasmine. Yeah, sorry if it just keeps coming out the language. It's just going to happen today. It's a very different kind of energy today. Hey, Regina Kiramato, are you ready? Are we good to go? Ikaramafa? That's the answer.
So this beautiful fern is tonight representing all of the green beings around the world, the tree people with their ancient wisdom, and all the smaller plants who are still doing a lot of work. The trees, the hub trees around the world, connect from hub to hub and connect like antennas connecting around the world. Some of those connections have been lost and people are working with those, I know, in lots of different places, and to help the plants in their big work of bringing in light and grounding it into Mother Earth. In Antarctica, it's an area that we don't know a lot about as far as the plant world. But even there are tiny microorganisms everywhere. There's algae in the seas, and there's the very old, very ancient plants, the mosses, the liverworts, the one more, and the lichens. So no matter the conditions in our world, the plant kingdom has been working hard and beautifully forever, and they are doing their part there with communication. The biggest thing for me working with plants has been to understand that it's unconditional love for people. So when in all of this work, the plants are wonderful teachers and supporters, and they love us and all the other beings unconditionally. So that is always their message, basically their message. And they very much appreciate being part of this process tonight, and deep appreciation. Thank you for giving them the chance to share and to connect in this important work of remembering. So many beings on so many levels, all remembering. It's a very, very exciting time. Thank you.
Wow, Regina, that was amazing. Thank you. Do you want to let the plant play on a little bit, please? Is that okay? You just listen and tune in. Wow. It's plants loving to sing for us. It's amazing, right? Mm.
Yes, yes.
Ah, so much honor to you, plant. Ia karanatiku. Really affecting the third eye and the heart chakra. Mm.
I won't turn it off. I'll keep it going. And
Okay,
time for us to move on.
okay,
You could try unmuting Champ. He can't unmute himself or change to be seen. Can't work out.
okay.
The buttons don't seem to be working. Thank
Mm.
you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regina. So good. It doesn't offer me the option to unmute, it asks me to unmute, to request to unmute him. So I can't actually, if I turn on chat, let's see what happens. No, if I turn on chat, what it means is I'm going to bring a chat box up.
Try to request him, because then a thing might pop up on his screen to accept the unmute.
So what do I do, James? Try to?
Did you say you had a button that you could click that says to request to take him off mute?
Yes, I've asked to take him off mute. Yeah, I have.
And maybe something will pop up on his screen for him to click. But yeah, he should
Yeah.
be able to. Yeah, it's
He
strange.
should be able to do that. It's kind of strange that that is happening. Yeah, Regina, wow, what a thing to happen today. Yeah.
You could call him and
It
then
is.
put him on Regina's speaker, on Regina's mic.
Well, I've got him on the phone here.
Yeah,
Can
you
we
could
Okay.
do
try,
that.
can we try
Okay.
and do that? I will turn
Yes.
the plant off.
Yes.
And
Okay.
we're going to try and hear you through the phone. So hang on. Okay, testing.
Testing 1, 2, 2.5.
Okay, how's that? Can you hear that?
That's yeah.
I can
Okay.
hear all of you.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Champ, thank you so much for joining us in this way. However it's happening. Please tell us about you, and thank you so much for being willing to talk about your time in Antarctica. So I'll hand it over to you. You do what you do and say what it is that you were planning to. Please, over to you.
Well, Antarctica is the driest continent in the world. That sounds strange, but the annual precipitation is only a couple of inches a year. But it accumulates over tens of thousands of years, and that's why the Antarctic plateau is on average over 2 kilometers high, and you have an average depth of ice of about 3 kilometers, because the Antarctic landmass.
It's all right like that, Regina. It's all right like that.
Okay.
What?
That's all right. I wondered why coming through the phone you're repeating. Maybe just turn off Zoom entirely.
Turn off Zoom. Wait on.
Yeah, on the computer, turn it off. Or laptop. Yeah.
I can turn off. I can turn off so I don't see you. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll leave the meeting.
Yes.
But
Leave the meeting, and then keep talking.
I'm talking to you, and I've left the meeting.
Okay, that's great. Carry on, please.
Okay. So, the Antarctic land masses actually consist of what could be described either as one super archipelago or two separate archipelagos. And of course, when the ice in the Antarctic, if and when it melts, which it has done at times, it has raised the level of the oceans significantly, hundreds of meters. And at other times, it's actually the Antarctic has grown and the sea level has gone down. And that is why you have buried cities around the world in various places, because the sea level continually changes. At the present time, what you see, the lichen on the exposed areas, is the exposed areas of the Antarctic at the moment are less than 1%. They're about 0.1%, I think, from memory. I can't remember, but it's a very, very low area that is actually exposed, mainly around the edges, of course, and some high peaks inland. With Mount Everest, the amazing volcanic peak that is the highest peak in Antarctica. And they have, in Antarctica, found fossils showing that at previous periods of time, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years ago, in the dinosaur age, when there were actually forests in Antarctica, and so we can say that there was no ice at that time, but the sea level was much higher. So we live in a changing world. At the moment, it's not too sure, but we think we're in a ending of an ice age in terms of a long-term climatic cycles. And so it's not, as we've been told, that in fact global warming is going to create a massive problem, because it's actually any warming that's going on is as a result of a cycle that is continuing. And the influence of man on the weather over the whole world is not as great as we think we have actually done. But when you're in Arctic, when you get up on the plateau, it's just an amazing white scene with, unless you're at one of the areas where there are mountains popping up through the plateau, it's just this plateau, this white plateau that goes on forever and ever and ever. And it's like places going down and then going up again, but very slight, very, very slight. Only when you get to the edges is the snow melted away, and you get what's blue ice, the blue ice which is underneath the snow, accumulation of snow on the top. And that's very slippery and very dangerous around the edges. You know how slippery ice can be. Well, imagine you have to wear boots with nails sticking out of them or special sandals that you strap to your boots. They've got like nails, big nails sticking out. They're called crampons. But when you get up on that plateau and you're traveling over it, it's really amazing in midsummer, which of course is our summer. The sun goes around the horizon you have no night. And the converse, in the middle of the year, our winter in the southern hemisphere, you have once you're over the 67th line, 67 degrees and below, you have no daylight in the middle of winter. And you also have amazing occurrences with the frozen, where you get what's called a whiteout. A whiteout is a cloud of ice crystals, not water, but ice crystals. Very, 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 very small ice crystals. They're so small, they're floating in the air. It's like frozen water vapor. And you have no idea where the light is coming from because it's reflected off all these frozen crystals. It's in every direction you look, it's the same light. And you can't tell where the sound is coming from because the sound is also reflected. You can't see shadows, there are no shadows. So you have to walk carefully if you're up on the plateau, because all over the plateau is covered with what's called sastrugi. And sastrugi are small corrugations, not high corrugations, not like sand dunes, big sand dunes, but they're basically tiny snow dunes, and they move slowly by the wind, but they're hard. They're hard snow. They're not soft snow. You have to be careful because you have to pick up your feet very carefully if you're caught in a whiteout, and follow your track that you've left behind back to where you want to go. It's no good calling out to people because you don't know which direction they're in. Very strange. Very amazing though, when you relax and just feel how great it is, how amazing it is. And I found that was one of the most interesting coincidences, because I'd previously had dreams of being in total whiteness and total blackness, and I got the total whiteness in the Antarctic and the total blackness I got in deep caves in Papua New Guinea, going down in deep, deep caves and turning off all the lights. And that's amazing feeling with total blackness. And I think maybe we can go back to you if you've any questions.
Well, Champ, I have to ask, what does it feel like being on a continent and you've explained the physicality, how you walk there, what the snow is like, and all of that. Do you remember the feeling you had stepping on it the first time?
Stepping out off the landing duck, where this special landing boat.
Yeah.
It's a motorized floating kind of truck that can drive on land. So we got into off the ship, and now of course they all go fly down by aeroplane. They've built an aeroplane to the base where I was at, because they've built an airstrip up on the plateau. But these ducks, these things that they used in the army, where they're like a big troop carrier that floats, and it's got wheels, and a propeller, so you the propeller drives it up to the shore, and then wheels start turning and it drives up onto the shore and up to the old base where we were going, which was an American base. It was called Wilkes Base, named after a old polar explorer, Mr. Wilkes. And that was set up for the IGY, the International Geophysical Year, which was 1957 from memory. I went down in 1967, 10 years afterwards, and the Yanks had left that base and given it over to Australia, and we were building a new station several kilometres down the coast called Repstad. That's a brilliant name at the time. It was called Replacement Station, but actually got renamed Casey Station after Lord Casey.
Okay. Good.
And the base that Repstad was finished the year I was there, so we landed at Wilkes and moved at the end of the year because we had a fairly large party builders finishing off the base, and we moved into the base at the last couple of months of the year and closed down Wilkes. And now it's just full of snow.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much, Champ. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought you had finished. I apologize.
The feeling was one of like a big work party at Mount Buller. You
Right.
feel you were on a continent at the time. You know, it was as if St Kilda had become Mount Buller. That was the equivalent of it, what it felt like at the time, because it was only, I was fortunate that because I was the glaciologist, I led the trips into the interior to measure the ice depth and movement. We had special ways of measuring the movement of the ice. I won't go into them, it's a bit complicated, but as you can imagine, with a white sheet, it's very hard to measure movement. There's nothing to measure movement against.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to have special ways of doing that.
Okay. Great.
But yes, that was really amazing once you got up onto the plateau, and I was fortunate because I was able to go. Because I was the glaciologist, I went 4 times up onto the plateau.
Okay. Wow.
During the period down there.
Wow. Well, Champ, thank you so much for taking the time and going through everything to get here and to give us a little bit of insight into Antarctica. We will move on to whatever is next, and we'll talk again, Champ. I'm sure we're going to talk to you again, of course. Everybody, thank you. Thank you for your... Thank you. Thank you. Okay, no worries. That's wonderful. Thank you for that. So Champ's going to go back in and join us, he says. Well, friends, we come to this time now where we are concluding our Antarctica activation. And at this point, I'm going to share my screen with you, but I feel that we've talked a lot. And I'm going to sing a song first, and it's not a long song. It's a few lines. I feel that it's necessary to change the energy to bring in some music into it. It's been given to me recently because it's come into my space. It's the water song from the grandmothers of the Algonquin tribe that are part of eastern or southeastern Canada in the region of Ottawa. And as I'll put my picture up, and I'll explain this picture very shortly, but I feel we need to change to bring in something new. It's time to bring in this song. I've been wondering why this song has been in my space. And It is the water song that I will be singing. So bear with me, friends. I've just been singing it for the last couple of weeks. But it's so simple, anyone can learn it. And today, as we are here and I'm about to sing the Algonquin water song, I thank the grandmothers of the Algonquin tribe. I thank you, mothers, because you have shared with us a song for every woman on the planet, every one of them to be able to sing. And I thank you that you kept it, although it's part of your heritage and your tribe, your First Nations people, that you have chosen to share it now with all of us, all women here on the planet in this time and space. Nibi wabo endayen Aki miskwi Nibi wabo Heya 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 hey Heya 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 ho Nibi wobo endayen Aki miskwi nibi wobo Heya heya hey Heya heya ho Nibi wobo endayen Aki miskwi nibi wobo Heya 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 hey Heya 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 ho. Oh, thank you, friends. Kiara nati tahai horona kai. Ayoka nirongaya. Kimokuro makita tatoro kita toro kata toro neto ayawaya. Hirarari dororari lororana rana kia kuaya. Kuayende. Beloved friends, I bring to you the white pink dragon from Venus. Hirakuto faratika totoro teketa toro mahaya. Lela 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 la la la. This dragon is called the Flower Dragon. And the senses say she's called Petal. Kutamakatsuto faranati kuto faranatiya. Can you see her? She's so vast. Okranati karanati kurati kamati kuto faranatiya. Friends, I'm reminded, Antarctica, we don't have knowledge of any First Nations people on Antarctica. But there are First Nations peoples all over this planet. So let's put it down to we're ignorant, or we haven't been told. But because of the mystery of this great land, today we bring in the energy of the white pink dragons from Venus. This etheric white and pale cosmic rose is the planet Venus, which acts as a transformer, stepping the energy down to a frequency our universe can accept. Now, what they're talking about is the purest white love that pours down from source directly into this universe through a very high vibration etheric rose. The etheric white and pale cosmic rose, white and pale pink cosmic rose is the planet Venus. Okay. I'm reading from somebody else's narrative, and I will put their references in the description box. The white pink dragons from Venus carry the source love and the pink of human love. Their mission is to pour their light into the hearts of those who are ready to open their higher hearts. right? The other thing about this is that the cosmic rose has 33 petals, indicating it holds the Christ light. Venus is known as the planet of love because those who originate from here or from there or have experiences of this planet in their spirit bodies have wide open hearts. This is what we are bringing today. These are the light codes we are bringing into Antarctica today. Look at this dragon, the white-pink dragon of Venus. She roams the plains of Antarctica. As of this day, she brings in the wide open heart light codes, the love codes into Antarctica. Not that they aren't there, but she brings in the activation and she brings in more and more into the continent of Antarctica. The white-pink dragons from Venus work mainly with the last 5 inner petals of the heart chakra to open you to higher love. The heart chakra has 33 petals. But number 29, petal number 29 is about practicing unconditional love. And this is a lesson many people are learning now in preparation for ascension. Petal 30 is the lesson of transcendent love that raises your love beyond emotional connection and the physical world. Petal 31 is about making that connection with the cosmic heart. These dragons, the angel Mary, Archangel Samuel, and other illumined beings all do their part to help you make this link. Each time you call them and meditate with them makes your connection stronger. Petal 32 opens fully when you experience cosmic love. The final and most glorious petal, number 33, is about oneness. Much is spoken of this energy that enables our hearts to expand to include all. But when we truly experience it, we truly are a being of love. So friends, as we are here, Antarctica, continent that we know so little about, continent that is said to be at the base of our planet. But hey, whose view? Whose view? Could it be at the top of the planet? Could it be at the bottom of the planet? Whose view? Whose report? Whose report do we believe? But today we believe the report of our hearts. We believe the report of the cosmic heart. We believe the report of our intuition. We believe the report of source energy as it pours high vibrational love into our hearts. And we pour this now into this beautiful, amazing, great southern land that is vast and a mystery. We are one. We bring in the energy of oneness and unity and love. Friends, as we come back to this, I would say to you, go within. Do not give that continent a deaf ear and a blind eye, for it too plays its part in the ascension of this planet. For this continent, Irama Antarctica, 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 Antarctica. Ulaina lua Antarctica. Yela lolikiti lolo reda ha tu hainatia. Yeah, and as we come back, Raketa, feet firmly planted on the ground, my friends. Coming back, and just even as James gets ready to seal us out of this activation, Kirono Kitito Torono Kototora Thank you, everybody. Thank you, honorable beings. Thank you, white pink dragons of Sorry, Kirama. White pink dragons of Venus in the cosmic hearts. And the beautiful high vibrational energy from source energy. Complete love, unconditional love, oneness, kipahau, korunahai. Thank you, everybody. Kimaha. Over to you, James. Nyakitetate karanatiaranahai. Yeah, rosamahai.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Petal. Beautiful dragon. Just coming back into that dragon energy as well as we sit for the closing transmission of the Yidarki. Just want you guys, whoever's watching, to connect in with Petal and connect in with her flight dance and visualize her and all the other dragons soaring through Antarctica, soaring through, dancing their flight, creating patterns, rhythms. And as we play, I want you to keep visualizing that. There's dragons, Antarctica connecting in. Might just be by visualizing water or ice or whales, whatever it is to reach that land, connect in. Just going to swap it over now. And we're back.
Thank you. Are you okay? That was quite emotional, I felt.
Yeah, big one. A lot of energy. A lot of energy had to come through there. And yeah, you kind of just like, well, sometimes when I'm playing, I'm not there. So that was a bit of not there then.
Yeah, I could tell it was a bit of a not there then. Wow. Just gonna put everybody back in where everyone can be seen at the same time. Wow, friends, what can I say? I mean, thank you to everybody, of course, but I don't mean that. Thank you and honor to all of you, of course. What do you think about this activation? It was amazing. It was different, wasn't it? It's like, wow. And the Yidarki just gets to my heart all the time. Well, friends, what can I say before we go? Please say something in goodbye to everyone. Regina, Craig, Carol had to leave, but we're so honored to have had her, and thank you, Carol. When you catch this again, and then yeah, say something before we say goodbye to everyone, please.
Well, thank you to you, Rose, for organising all these activations. Yeah, it's a lot of effort and that you put into it, and we really appreciate it. It's just beautiful that we can all connect and bring our hearts together and just create this beautiful web of love and joy all around the planet. And it just reminds us that we together we are much stronger, you know. Appreciate everything, all of you and everything that you do as well, Rose. Thank you, appreciate it.
Craig, thank you so much for that. And you know, this was only following intuition. I thought I was crazy when I started this. I thought, what the heck are you doing? But because I thought, oh, could I have got that right? Could they have been asking me to do it? They could have asked anybody. Why did they choose me? I didn't know that I could actually do this. But I mean, people have done bigger things than this. We know this. So I've just gone with my intuition, and thank you for that, for that. And I honor you, Craig, because of all that you have been doing. I honor you. You know, we've done a lot of things together over the last few years, and this was something I didn't think we were going to be. I couldn't have imagined we were doing together, but we've done. So thank you and honor to you and all your guides, whoever you come with. It's a big namaste.
Thank you.
Regina, kira makawhaina.
Thank you, Craig, for saying all of that so beautifully, so appropriately. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, James and Carol and Champ. It's an honor for me to be here, and the fact that the plants have their voices heard is a wonderful thing throughout the world, with all the other beings we are all working together. It is such a very exciting and beautiful place to be in.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for that, Regina. Thank you so much. My gosh, you have been so instrumental in making all of this happen. Connecting all of us, connecting James, connecting Champ, connecting Lynette. Just amazing. So thank you so much for that. We could not have done this the way we've done it without all this wonderfulness and all the plant music. And the plant music was so apt for Antarctica.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to bring the plants back to Antarctica.
It's a beautiful plant, and I'm just fortunate to be in the right place. That's it, with knowing the right people. Thank you.
Well, that's it. We have got, what we've got is these things are preordained. They are divinely orchestrated. So, you know, that's why you know all these people. You contracted with them without knowing it. You know, soul contract. James, wow, brother of light. And I know I said brother of light the other day to Craig when you were in the activation and to our First Nation brothers, but you are a brother of light too. I'm sorry if I didn't say that to you, but I apologize, and of course Champ too, because he's obviously listening. But all of you are brothers and my brothers and sisters of light.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
That's it.
So-
Or everyone is. Okay, you know it. I don't have to say it, but it just came out in the moment because I want to say, brother of light, you brought the Yidarki to us. Oh my gosh, to this channel. What can I say?
It's an honor to be here to share. That's a part of my mission too, is to share these frequencies, this vibration, and this instrument in general. So it's really special to be able to do this with a group of people that have the same mission. So like you said, it's all divinely blueprinted anyway, but it's really special when everybody, comes together with their own unique superpower, and it just creates this wild energy, and it's just beautiful to be surrounded in and generate together. So, you put a bunch of bright lights together, and the glow that it can emit is just super powerful, super powerful.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah,
an honor
I
to
think
you
so.
all. Thank you to you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Champ is listening in. I know that you hear that we honor you, Champ. We love you, and we just appreciate all your contribution for Australia, for this one, for Antarctica. I know we'll have a conversation one of these days about Antarctica, because we should have a reflective chat about Antarctica. And so I know you can hear me, even though we can't see you, or we can't hear you. So thank you, and namaste to you, Champ. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this activation that is Antarctica. I know that I didn't say the word. I was not announcing it. I didn't do much advertising and promo about the activations, except for Africa. Africa had a lot of promo, but the others didn't. Antarctica had the least, and there's a reason for it. My guides had said to me, when I do the activations, I was not to promo this well in advance. I was to do it as close to the event as possible. And Antarctica in particular had to go the way it went. So when I did the promo and I didn't give you the name, I couldn't give you the name because I was asked not to do that. Antarctica is quite an enigma of a continent. There's so much going on in terms of narrative about it, what's happening, what's not happening, how we're being affected, how we're not. Ultimately today, the energy was about love, the platform of love, bringing in the light codes from Venus, the cosmic heart, okay, and bringing in all the energies of the dragons, the Yidarki, the guides, the plants, the person, one of us in this team, in this group, set foot on their land, bringing in the energy of the land, because that's what Champ brought today, the energy of the land, because he carries that, the memory in his mind, but the body that he has remembers it. So one of us has been there. So that is why it was so important. That is why we had to do this. We had to do this from the highest vibrational perspective. And that is what we did today. Because Antarctica is so important for the planet, for us. We are all affected. We are all connected to each other. And it is a continent full of water, hence the water song. And from the people of the North, the First Nations people of the North, all the way down here to people in the South, to women in the South, to the divine feminine energy in the South. So beautiful, so amazing. Friends, thank you so much. I know that it's gone on longer than we expected, but I'll say this. It's a big continent. It's the 5th largest continent, supposedly. I will say supposedly, because these days I check everything that I've been told from history. I can't help it. But I'll say, we are told it's the 5th largest great southern land that it is. We say southern land, okay? But we are going to say we accept that's what we're told. We're in the southern hemisphere, so we'll work on with that. And even if that's an illusion, we will come to find out. Thank you again for watching. Paramatu Foronahai. We seal this today and we honor you all watching and everyone that is in this call today. Namaste, namaste. Honor everybody. Karamahia. Bye-bye.